Twitch, Overwatch League, All Access Pass. Our first question is from Serenity OW, and it is, what is your biggest achievement so far? Well, I'd say my biggest achievement so far, since being in the Overwatch League, is probably being more confident in myself and who I am, kind of what I want to do with life and what kind of person I want to be. I used to be a little bit more shy and try and not step on toes, but I think I'm deciding to say what I want to say more. But for the most part, I just want to troll people, so that's why I just stay on the internet. Thanks for your question. Major Mike 94 says, how nervous did you feel before each battle for LA, if there was any nervousness at all? Well, I think you can see from a lot of my reactions or any of my interviews, I'm kind of chill for the most part, and I believe it's better to stay at a consistent level so you always know where you are. So I try not to get nervous or too excited about matches. I try to be pretty evened out, because sometimes if you're too excited, you make some mistakes, or you get too anxious and push too forward or something. If you're too nervous, sometimes you're scared of doing certain things because you might die and you don't always stick to the plan. So I kind of just try and stay mellowed out. Mizuno 85, are you Oh, that's spelled wrong. Are you excited to play for Canada in the World Cup? Hell yeah, brother. I mean, this will be my third World Cup in a row. I always enjoy playing with all my Canadian teammates. Everyone on Team Canada that's been through any of the World Cups always have great personalities, and now I get to play with people with great personalities and people that are really good at the game as well. And I think we have a really strong chance of actually winning the whole thing this time. Start Smalls. I'm heading to Timmy's. What's your order? My personal opinion is coffee sucks. So if you go to Timmy's, you pretty much get tidbits. That's about it. Curious _ if you could go on a date with one Overwatch character, who would it be? Probably Pharah, because I think Pharah's pretty hot, and Tracer kind of rambunctious, but I think Pharah's pretty chill, so that'd be pretty good for me. Fluffy OW, who's your favorite team to play against? Any team we can win against, pretty much, because then it's less stressful. The ones that give you a good fight, your heart starts stopping and you feel like you're gonna die. So anyone that's easy to beat, pretty much. Lion Nerd, do you have any advice on keeping mental and physical health strong while improving at the game? So with anything to do with improvement, you always have to look at what you want to accomplish. So if you want to stop tilting, for example, you want to try and focus on what you need to do more instead of what your teammates are doing, because a lot of tilting happens because you're worried about things you can't control, like your teammates messing up or not listening or playing heroes you don't want. Whereas if you just focus on what you need to be doing, sometimes you can still win even through that. But if you tilt, you're kind of just going into what they want in a way, especially with trolls. So you kind of just want to try and focus yourself and not worry about anyone else. And for gameplay related stuff, you kind of want to just focus on what you need to do and try and learn what the best possible outcome for anything you're going to do. So when you're trying to grind a hero, try and think about where are the best places for your hero to be, or what you're bad and good against, and focus on those things instead of kind of just autopiloting. And for keeping mental health, that's probably the hardest one. I'd say try and play ranked when you're in a happy state of mind. If you're angry, it probably won't work out too well because you're already battling against something. So for the most part, it's just trying to keep yourself leveled out. I kind of rambled and probably wasn't that coherent, but yeah. Feels Nerf Man, who's your favorite teammate? I'd probably say Bishu. I think I'm probably the closest with Bishu on the team, and he's always just happy and energetic and really friendly, and he's very outgoing and okay as well. I'd say he's the closest thing to a normie on our team. Scrolling down, what are some tips and tricks you can give for upcoming Widow players? Well, I created a video that you can watch, and I went through a lot about that as well. But I think the most important tips I can kind of get is first, try and find a comfortable sensitivity and zoom sense which is the hardest. So you could basically try and go like start at the basics like 38 or 50, and if those don't feel comfortable, you try and go to like the middles. And I think the other thing is like if you play on a really high sense, you want to go like below 38. If you play on a really low sense, but you're able to do a lot of arm aim, you can go around 38 as well. It's usually when you have like a mix of arm and wrist where you go in like the in-between zones. And the other thing is against other Widowmakers, you pretty much want to always like pay attention to where they are or where they might be going, because Widow versus Widow in Overwatch is a lot about like outsmarting your Widow, the other Widow, and like getting the jump on her first rather than like being the better aimer, because there's like a lot of movement things you can do, and a lot of Widows, when they don't know where you are or aren't focused on you, will hard scope, and then it's like the easiest to hit them then. And for like other heroes, it's mostly just like keeping an optimal distance so you can still kind of like aim pretty well but not be worried about instantly dying. Monkeys are pretty annoying though. I know all about that. Which fictional character? Oh, Gretos? Oh, wait. I'm all over the place. All right, 1 second. We're here. All right. ND Boys. What's your favorite anime? I've said this many times. My favorite anime is Gintama. It's a really funny anime. The only bad part about it is it takes a few episodes, like 60, to really get it pumping because it like got a lot of backstory, but it's really funny. And then it's like a funny anime, so you could just chill, but then it also has like amazing like shonen arcs. I don't know, it's pretty. Gintama's insane. Jupiter OW. We've seen you flex to many different heroes. At this point, who would you consider your main/best hero? I mean, my main and best hero pretty much throughout my Overwatch career has been whatever my team needed. So like it's always like, hey, we need this. Put Surefour there. Then like a week later, oh crap, we need this now. So put him there. So it just like switches around. But I'm the best Bastion in the game, so that's my best hero. Greatest? Which fictional character do you relate to the most? I don't think I relate to any characters really. I like to say I'm like a ditto. I kind of just like exist, and then when things happen, I kind of like absorb it and like do it as well. So like my personality is everyone else's personality. I steal stuff. To right, what is your favorite thing to do with your teammates besides playing Overwatch? We used to chill in the hot tub a lot. You know, that's pretty fun. I'm the one that controls the hot tub, so they need me. And probably going out to eat. No, actually, escape rooms. That's my favorite thing to go. Then you get to see who's dumb and who's not dumb. LDR does Twitch. What are the origins of Surefour and Tasumi? Well, the origin of Surefour is a randomly generated name on Xbox Live. So when Xbox Live first came out, I was with my dad, and when you have to choose a username, but me and him are both uncreative and unoriginal. So we tried like a bunch of stuff. One of them being like Bomberman, and of course Bomberman's taken because everyone thinks of that because we're all unoriginal. So then after a few more names, I kind of just there's like the little names like suggest a name Surefour, and we're like, I just want to play Halo, so I just did it. And for Tasumi, there was an MMO I was playing, and you know, you always play girl characters in MMOs because you don't want to look at a guy's butt the whole time. So I needed to just like think of like a girl sounding name, and I just like said a bunch of random things in my head, and then it became Tasumi the Spirit Master. And that's been my alt accounts a lot. We learned that Bigoose is a good cook. What do you enjoy or feel you are good at outside of gaming? I'm really good at making I forget what the word for it is. I'm really bad at English. You know the thing where you have like a subject, but then you use other things to explain it? No, all right. You guys are gonna have to guess that one. You know, in tough situations, my English is very bad. So we'll get back to that another day. Alstoil the Boil. What is the hardest? Oh, I forgot to say the other guy's name. Vera Thragna. Sorry. You know, I'm all over the place. But what is the hardest final 5 meters on a payload map? I would have to say You know, most of the payload maps are pretty chill. It's always just the control point maps that are really hard, like 2CP lol kind of stuff. But if I had to take a guess, probably Eichenwald. That one's pretty hard. ID Certain. Hey Surefour, can you recommend a good resume for practicing for DPS? Good luck in the playoffs. A lot of it is probably just like playing deathmatch, and then just like focusing on the hero you want. Make sure your aim's pretty crisp, and don't focus on missing too much. The most important thing at Overwatch is actually movement. Try and use your movement to aim more rather than your aim, and it'll probably help you more. And then after that, just go into ranked, and try not to get mad at other people, and just focus on what you need to do, and that'll probably make you get better. Messiah the Last. If you could have dinner with someone dead or alive, who would it be and what would you talk about? So, I could say something toxic, but I'm not going to because I'm a good Canadian boy. But, you know, I probably don't want to have dinner with anyone because I just stay in home. So that's fine. Anks, so, are there any specific places or foods you find yourself missing from home? Well, the thing with Canada is like it's very multicultural, and the area I'm in now, which is Los Angeles, is very multicultural as well. So I can pretty much get anything I was already having. But as always, my mom isn't near me anymore, and mother's cooking is always the best, so I miss that. SK2506 error. What made you decide to participate in the World Cup rather than take an extended break? Because the thing I like about the World Cup is there's no like goal. Well, the goal is to win, but there's no like pressure in a way. Like most of it is to have fun. Like there's no like reward for the most part. Everyone's just playing for like country pride. So you can have a bit more fun and you can relax a lot more. And I always enjoy playing with the Team Canada members, as I said earlier. So it's actually like a really good time to play my favorite game, Overwatch, and just like have fun at the same time while playing at the highest level. And that's why I always decide to participate in the World Cup. And that's all the questions I got. If you like me, follow me on Twitch at Surefour, or follow me on Twitter, which is Surefour, or follow me on Instagram when I rarely post my face because I'm ugly, on Surefour Official. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.